We got the whole gang here. These are all of my personal Artist of Life workbooks from 2017 all the way to this year, 2025. So we come out with 2 colors each year, but now you know which color I chose for myself every year. It's been 9 years of launching our Artist of Life workbook year after year. This year, 2026, is our 10th version of the workbook, which is crazy. As we get ready to launch our newest workbook on October 30th, mark your calendars, I thought I would just reminisce each year of the workbook leading up to this point. 2017, the workbook started as a PDF actually. It was just an idea to create a PDF that I could share with you guys, compiling all of the exercises that helped me discover myself, plan my goals, and create my dream life. I basically was doing my own version of the workbook like a couple years before this, maybe like 3 or 4 years. I was just doing my own journaling in my own notebooks. It wasn't anything official, but I decided to compile it all into like a document to share with you guys. So that's how this baby was born. I launched the PDF and a lot of you commented, oh my gosh, is there gonna be a print version? And luckily, I had Wilson who had the connections to like make physical products. If I didn't have Wilson, I don't think I would have even tried because it's hard. It's hard to even try to find manufacturers and suppliers. But yeah, that's how we started. We created, I think, 100 of these. It was a very rushed, small batch. Like, I can't believe how fast we made this. I think I put in the order like December, they came out January. It was a very fast turnaround, and that's why the quality of this is like my version is kind of falling apart. I did not have time to quality check or anything. It was just like, let's just print something and then see what happens. 2018 was our going official year because we had our photo shoot by my friend Karen Rosalie. She's like blown up since then. Check her out. I love her so much. But I remember shooting in Karen's studio back then in LA, and it was just 2 girls being artists. It was so much fun. We were just like 2 creative girlies sprinkling petals and creating flat lays. And I remember being so inspired that day, so inspired by Karen, and also so impressed at how good the photos came out. At the time, that was just revolutionary. And the funny thing about this workbook is I remember there were like logistic delays or some backup during the holiday season that there was literally a day right before Christmas where it was me, Wilson, my mom, and my brother at the office packing as many workbooks as we could and then dropping them off at like the USPS or something to ship them to you guys. It was a mess, but yeah, we literally hand-packed so many of these that year. 2019, what I remember about this year was we also launched the daily planner. We had this beautiful spread of the 2 products, and I remember being so proud, like, oh my God, we are expanding. I also shot this with my friend Karen, and I shot this in 2018, and that was one of my best years of my life. I think it was one of my favorite years. It was a year that I felt like my life and my career was finally gaining some momentum. It was the year that Wilson and I moved in with each other, and it was a year that my YouTube channel grew a lot. And it's funny because my hair, you know, my hair's always changing. I remember exactly what my hair looked like for each of these years and each of these launches. This one, I had this really pretty blonde kind of long bob, and I kind of miss that blonde hair. It looks so good, but it's high maintenance. So 2020, the theme of this year was crystal clear vision. We shot this in September 2019, and I think it was right before my solo trip to Bali and my trip to China. And that was like a big healing, self-discovery kind of trip. But I remember taking the photos of this before going on that trip. I think it might have been the same day flight. Like I had a photo shoot and then my flight was at night. And I also remember we launched the pastel notebooks with this. That was a fun shoot. 2021, the theme was a sunny day, and this definitely was in pandemic era because I remember having to wear like a mask for certain scenes or certain places that we were trying to shoot in. I shot this also, I think it was Karen's apartment pool. I was going for like a summery vibe. Oh, I know why I chose a sunny day, because 2020 was such a crazy, big, like world-shaking year. I was like, what we need for 2021 is a sunny day. Just give me sunshine, just give me joy, happiness, bliss. I don't want to think about anything else. So this was kind of like escapism theme. 2022. Okay, so I shot this end of 2021, and this was probably one of the peak shoots that I did for Lavender because I was so ambitious. I got so creative. I was like, I'm gonna do a whole cottagecore fairy tale theme. Cottagecore was like really trending during pandemic, and I love like the poofy sleeves, the poofy dresses. At that time, it was like the bigger the better. And the more dramatic, like more is more, right? I was in that kind of mood. I also grew my team that year, so I had more people on the team and more hands on deck for this shoot. And we launched our stickers, we launched weekly reset planner, we launched the daily and weekly notepad. That was a very big launch and a very big shoot. Just beautiful concept. I am still obsessed with it to this day. I used that photo of me in that dress as our podcast image for a while, and I recently changed it. But yeah, a very special shoot, a creative feat. 2023, so this theme was cafe, coffee shop type of theme. The colors were cream and rose latte, and I actually ended up doing 2 shoots for this workbook because the first shoot that we planned was like at a house that we rented out for the day. We shot a lot of like content, photos, videos, but then we didn't get through all the shots we needed. Like it was just too many shots we wanted, and then I had to like book another day where it was just like me as a photo shoot. She's right behind me. 2024, Lavender and Sage. This is also one of my favorite themes, favorite shoots, because we wanted to do Life is an Art as our theme because we were celebrating Lavender's 10-year anniversary. So obviously I had to do a lavender again, and then Sage is like, 2 floral herby plants. And this shoot was at this house. I had just bought this new house, but it was pre-renovation. It's funny because we bought the house and we thought it would be like renovated and done by the end of the year. Nope. But the show must go on. So when we scheduled the shoot, we had this empty living room or empty dining room that we shot this whole Life is an Art concept in. And I love that concept. So fun, so great, so lavender. And what's so funny is that in the room next over is our kitchen that's like half torn out. There's literally wires hanging around, pipes showing. It's mid-renovation of our house. Everything was dirty. Oh my gosh, it was so dusty. I had to clean the house before the shoot, like dust off everything. It was just, you're in a construction zone. But we brought bed sheets, we brought so many props, and we really made it like a dream. I wanted to feel like I was an artist in my painting studio, just being an artist, right? Life is an art, make it your masterpiece. And we did it. We did it. I loved it so much. So 2025. So the visual theme of this launch was ocean, turquoise waters, a refreshing getaway. But the messaging of this launch was reflect, reset, realign. It was about coming back, right? Returning to yourself, reflecting on your life, resetting what's not working, realigning yourself to your true desires and your dreams and your goals, which is everything that the workbook is about. I felt like last year's theme had a lot of heart. And also because I had a trip planned with Wilson to Cabo where he was gonna play golf and I had free time, it was my first time hiring photographers in another country. I worked with 2 photographers just because I wasn't sure if one was gonna be good. I was like, let me just book 2 and see how I feel. And so we did 2 photo shoots last year. One was at the beach and one was by a man-made lagoon, so like turquoisey water theme. And I think the photos came out so beautiful. But yeah, that was a really fun shoot because it was fun to shoot while I was on vacation. So yeah, that was the theme of last year, and the theme of this year is to be continued.